Hey there folks, this is GreenXI welcoming you to a brand new Let's Play, which is Wild Arms. It's made entirely by Sony and developed by Media Vision. I'm just reading off the screen. It's available for the PlayStation as well as on PSN. PlayStation on eBay you'll find it for about 20 quid used, £80 roughly new, you know, a little bit weird like that. And on PSN you'll find it for about a £5. So it's up to you. If you want the physical copy, pay a bit more. It's a typical JRPG. To the point that you'll know pretty much exactly what's coming. But there's plenty of little tiny differences that give it a bit of charm. I'll explain it as we go through. The very first thing is that you have a choice of 3 characters. This is a sort of staple of the Wild Arms series, because I think there are 5 games, maybe 6, and a remake of this one. So, you have a choice. They'll all meet up at some point, but for now, I think we'll go for Treasure Hunter, just because he has the most action-packed beginning, and I think that's the most exciting way to start the series. So let's go for it. Let me just move the mic a sec. Okay. Right, so, as he's a treasure hunter, we're going to be starting with a dungeon, right from the get-go. Hanpan is this little rat wind mouse thing, who can apparently talk, and he's really helpful as a tool. We'll see exactly what the tools are in a bit, once the talking's done. I hope you enjoy this series actually, because it's a huge favourite of mine. I should warn you about this now. I will be reading text after this first episode, probably more so than now, but I will a bit in this episode as well. I know that annoys some people, but at the same time, I think there are people out there who like it as well, and yeah, no. It's just my preference. As well as that, this is not a blind Let's Play, but I have only played through it once, and that was about a year ago. So, take that into consideration. I won't know exactly what I'm doing all the time, but I will cut out bits if it goes on for too long, with me just wandering in circles or something. As well as that, when it comes to battles, I'll be showing the first random encounter of each new type of enemy, you know? And then I'll be cutting them out, unless the episode becomes so short, like 10 minutes long or something, then I'll leave a couple more battles in just to flush it out a bit. Right, so our treasure hunter, his name is going to be Jack. I like to keep their default names, it's nice. I know there's some Let's Players out there who like to change the name to their own name and things like that. That rubs me the wrong way a little bit. I have done it before to try it, but I didn't like it very much. Okay, here we go. A lot of Jack's opening is like a cutscene, or the PS1 era version of cutscenes, if you don't count like Final Fantasy or something like that. In the fact that this is all automatic, but it still shows in-game kind of thing. Oh, who's lost his rat? Down, down, down. It's like Indiana Jones, I love it. I love it. Oh, bigger boulder, typical. It's not catching a break, is it? But yeah, I love this game. It turns out to be one of my favourite ever RPGs, and I hadn't played this until about a year ago. It's sort of a underrated gem, I would say, in the sense that I think a lot of people missed it because it doesn't look like a PS1 game, not at all. But even still, it's brilliant. It's probably more like a shiny SNES game, do you think? I think so. I've already tried recording this start once, by the way. It turned out a little bit weird. It was all very desynced and everything. So, let's get going. We can finally make a start over here. This is a little pattern for this dungeon. The dungeon ain't that long, by the way. I've taken everything of value, except for the heal berry, apparently. And they're quite valuable. There's no reason to leave that behind. Oh shit, that was a brilliant start. We'll go left anyway. Right is the way we actually need to go, and I don't want to go that way until we've potentially found a treasure chest or two. Here we go. Empty! Empty! Because of that other treasure hunter. Right, use Hanpan. You press square to use your tools. You can switch tools by pressing start. This is also how you switch party members once we get a bit further in. Hanpan is our only tool, so we're going to keep him on. And we got a cowboy hat. Let's equip that right away on the head. Gives us 1 more defense, which is pretty good for now. Oh, our first battle. Okay, so the battles in Wild Arms are pretty much typical JRPG once again. but the interface is a bit different and everything. Ambush for our first battle. That's pretty shocking. Pillbug runs away. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so the bottom, if you hold triangle, it gives you a little info box anyway. Change unit formation, put them in the back row, front row, do whatever. Auto battle, if you really want to. Have it done automatically, like Final Fantasy 13 for you. Escape from battle, run away, and equip different weapons and armor. That doesn't take up a turn from what I remember. We'll find out as we go through. Attack the enemy with the middle. You can either do a normal attack with the middle fist. Down here is the force. You build up force. See the red bars just underneath the HP? Well, that builds up, and each bar you get lets you use whichever force level you got. If you've got one red bar, you can use the level 1-1. That's the only one we got right now anyway. If you've got 2 red bars, you can use level 2 and so on. Accelerator, once we have 1 force, which goes up by the way by fighting, by attacking, by defending, by getting hit, stuff like that. It increases your response speed, so you get your turn sort of quicker, which is good. Up here, these are unique abilities to each character. For Jack, he uses MP to have like sword arts. If you can remember Final Fantasy 9 with Steiner, he used sort of sword arts, I think that's what they were called. It's the same sort of thing with Jack. And defend over there and item over there. So let's just get fighting. The balloon is the easiest enemy in the game. He's going to be something we see for a little bit, because when we switch to another character, we'll be starting at the lowest level once again for them. So we'll be seeing them quite a bit in the first couple of episodes. Keep going. I hope the music hasn't desynced at all. Oh, this way, because that was a nightmare, and I've had to re-record quite a bit of the game. Oh, the same ones again. Okay, because we're going to be fighting the Pillbug this time, without him running away, hopefully. Yeah, he didn't run away. I think I'll leave it in. They seem to be pretty tough. Heal berries recover 200 HP to your character, so if you get too low on HP, use that, because it's your only means of healing at the moment. When you level up, you get a bit more health back as well, but not fully. You don't get all your health back. So, heal berries are important. I'd say try and save them up if you can, but don't go too low on health at the same time. Gotta find that mix, you know. Empty. That switch opens the door over there. This is why I came this way before going that way. Whoop, let's go. Back down there is towards the entrance again, like we saw earlier. Where we fell down the hole. Back. Okay, spikes by there. So we need to use Hanpan, or we could have just walked around, I guess. Next floor. I did mention earlier when we equipped that cowboy hat that defense is it stops you from taking so much physical damage. I think it's just physical damage in this game. Oh, that was close. Another thing I want to mention is in this dungeon, you probably don't want to level grind. Just because you don't get barely any money. I think about 2 gala, maybe 4 gala per battle, which is nothing. As you can see, we've got 534 gala. 2 or 4 is nothing. It's not going to get you anywhere. And the XP you get much either, so it's worth waiting until later to level grind. There are better places, much better. But you know, it's a basic place. It's meant to be a tutorial-ish dungeon. Okay, we'll use Hanpan by here. Let's go and see exactly what that did. Sure, it's something brilliant. Spikes! So many traps. Make sure to stop before you hit that wall, or you'll get hit by the spikes. Typical stuff. Okay, here's a save point. You press X on it and you save. Easy enough. You can't do it from the menu by pressing triangle. You can't save like that. Also, you can't save out on the world map. The most gutted thing about this game, that is. Because you need that in RPGs, and I don't know why they left it out. You have to find different ways of saving. Yeah. Yay, Jack went up a level, and quite a bit of Gala as well. Those Pillbugs, I did notice how much defense they have. Pretty high. Pretty good going. Okay, so level 2 is very linear, the level system in this game. In that it's just a matter of get EXP from battles, and yeah, you know, you don't have any choice or anything. Okay, we're gonna have to go for the spikes. I love it. Oh, another one appeared. Good. Right, don't go left by you. You'll just be trapped behind the spikes. Even though the spikes go back down eventually. New enemy here, the skeleton. We're going to get rid of the pill bug first, just because it'll go down in one hit for definite. I think the skeletons do 2. Oh, okay. Whatever. But the skeletons do a hell of a lot of damage, so maybe it would have been better if we attacked the skeleton first. Not that it mattered in the end. Skeletons give a lot of EXP and a lot of Gala. Arctic Blade, I think that's what we got equipped already, is the basic default weapon for Jack. We'll have a look. Yeah, I don't understand that because it's the same with one of the other characters. You get the enemies drop the default weapons, and it's pointless because you can't even synthesize weapons in this game like you can in like Final Fantasy 9. Oh, bollocks. Ah! Okay, we'll try again. This is... what? Okay, that was another skeleton, which took us up to level 3 because of how much they give you. We've got 42 HP. I think we'll leave it for now. There's no boss of this dungeon, so you don't need to worry about that. But there is a bit of story at the end. Down first, down first. Really good treasure down by here. Another heal berry. Really good for this point in the game. Hide glove as well. We'll equip that to his left hand, and it'll take his defense up by 1 and parry up by 4%. Parry is like evasion in other games. You avoid attacks. It's also mixed with luck. So if your luck is really good, then there's more chance of avoiding attacks, I think. But it's more down to parry, anyway. Let's check the note first. Someone left a note. Read it. Yeah. How in the world do you operate these switches? I don't get it. What do you do? Let's come across here. He didn't have a rat, obviously. And we're done. That's the end of the dungeon. If you want to level grind abound here, even though I said you shouldn't, you could do if you really wanted to. But we're just going to go for it. And here's where the story starts to get a little bit more interesting. There's been nothing so far, but you wouldn't expect that to start anyway, would you? Don't touch it! Oh no! What have we done? Some random machine. I know I wouldn't touch anything like that. Leave it well a bloody alone. It's an elu. Elu? Elu? Ah. I've never seen anything like this before. What's an elu? Long ago, an alien race lived here. An advanced race who used technology laced with magic. These are the remnants of a race whose lives were in sync with the laws of nature. So is this an elu? No, it's a holographic image. This machine must be a data storage device of the elu. Information is left here to be retrieved later. It certainly is a temple of memory. It is. It's actually literally people's memories stuck behind you, acting as a data center. With your thick skull, there certainly is advanced technology. What? Shush phone. Seek not Lilithia. Okay, you can't actually speed this text up, so it's going to be a bit slow for a sec. Lilithia's icy breath can only destroy. Seek not Lilithia in her tomb. The Elu have departed. This is literally nonsense at this point. You're not meant to have any idea what the hell is going on, I don't think. She is bound in the land of light. So we're not in the land of light? Okay. She is the death wind, the heartbeat of annihilation, an absolute destructive power. ... well, okay, that was nice, but who knows? I can't believe it. The absolute power. What Jack came here for. Hey Hanpan, we heard him. Where's this land of light? I'm not certain, but in an ancient tongue, Adlehyde means light. I don't know if it's Adlehyde, Adlehyde. Perhaps it's related. Do you want to go there? It's not that far from here. Okay, so next place we want to go with Jack is Adlehyde. It's just a little town. Or kingdom to the southeast. Yeah, okay. It's a little town. I quite like it. Quite like the place. Later on you can come back here and go in there if you want to, but right now the gate is shut and you just have no way of going in. So let's head out. You don't get much good for doing it later on, but anyway, we've now finished Jack's part of the story. We'll be seeing more on him later. It's a price to pay when the power is attained. I don't think Jack minds. Free thyself from the past. But what awaits in the future? Does man seek strength because he believes that the power will light the darkened path to the future? I don't know, maybe he just wants to control people. He has no idea that the power he seeks is also binding his soul. He's so desperate to get the power, I think. That's what it's meant to be saying. Anyways, you can carry on with him and go to Adlehyde if you really want to. But we're not going to be doing that. Next time, we're going to be checking out this little guy's story in Surf Village. And it shows off, his part will show off the sort of Western themes of the game a lot more. Because this game is known for its spaghetti cowboy Western aspects. As well as the amazing soundtrack, which we haven't heard much of yet. The battle music isn't anything brilliant, but all the dungeon music is a bit better than most dungeon music in RPGs, I think. There's a bit more to it, but it's more about the world map theme, the town theme. They're both amazing, and we'll see more next time. So, this has been GreenyXI. I hope you've enjoyed. I shall see you again in a bit. It's going to be a huge series, by the way, but I'm hoping we'll be able to get through it at a bit of a good pace so that it doesn't get boring and all that at all. See you in a bit, folks.